You are watching Tech Confessions, created by Amy Lewis and brought to you by VMware.
Welcome to Tech Confessions.
Thank you.
So congratulations on an excellent VMUG. I know you're one of the leaders.
I am, yep.
So great hard work, and now we've got one more thing to do. I need your tech confession.
Oh man,
Okay.
I was dreading this moment.
Well, at what point in your tech career did you start thinking more about software than about the hardware? When did you have that moment?
So let me start with a little, hardware confession first, right?
Oh, yes.
So a good friend of mine, coworker, he started the vintage hardware stack at my old company. And that's basically a room full of like junk, old hardware that, customers give away. They don't need it anymore, right? And that has helped so many people, getting to grips with what's a server, right? What does it do?
Very cool.
What
a great idea.
It's fantastic, right? So he does like Hardware Wednesdays where he, brings a bunch of pizza beers, people to play around with the computers, with the servers. So, my background, at least in terms of having fun, is tied to hardware, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So the moment I started, realizing that this guy, Robert, he was totally wrong, was when I was building an IaaS platform, right?
Uh-huh.
So the hardware, was the easy part. We got it in the data center. We configured it. We had all kinds of software to manage it. And then I started thinking about all the layers on top, right? So having NSX on it, doing, stuff, virtual networking stuff, not in hardware anymore. Totally weird. And I kind of got used to the idea of, doing stuff, accomplishing stuff without having to get up, go to a data center,
right.
Talking to these vendors, selling me the hardware. It was just so much easier. And, from that moment on, and this was about 5 years ago, I think, I just never touched hardware anymore.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. So to the point where now I'm switching employers, right? And I figured, I realized after quitting my job, right, so I don't have a laptop anymore.
Oh my, no way.
No, I've got an employer's laptop, but I don't have any hardware of myself.
Right, as opposed to a hardware collection of your own.
Exactly, I don't have it anymore. So just nil, nothing. So that kind of posed a problem, right? Not having a laptop anymore.
Right.
So I had to buy one. Weird.
That is a good hardware confession.
Right?
So we're here in the Back to the Future car. We're here in the DeLorean, the actual one. We've got it programmed all over the place. We can go back and forward. What's the thing pulling you forward? As a technologist, what are you going to dig into next? What's exciting you?
So what's going to be exciting in the next couple of years, I think, is transitioning from having to spend actual time managing infrastructure to just having it there. You can consume it. You can buy it from basically whoever.
Right.
It can be like a public cloud provider. It can be an MSP in your local area. It can be anything in between, basically. But not having to think about it, manage that complexity, and basically worry about the things that worries your company, right? So the new company I'm going to work for worries about software development. They have huge issues doing that correctly, right? And we now get to spend time, solving those problems instead of having to do, having to manage infrastructure, procure it, think about it. We don't have to spend time on it anymore. So it makes our lives so much simpler.
So, of course, aside from getting yourself a laptop, what else do you do to sort of stay current? There's so much. As a VMUG leader, that's an additional responsibility along with the rest of your life and your work.
Yeah.
How do you stay current? What are some of the things you would share with people, ways to stay tapped in and excited?
So, my biggest recommendation would probably be to stay up to date through the Tech Field Day channels. So Tech Field Day is a pretty independent format where people actually come over, present without all the marketing stuff, without all the salesy pitches. Just
wait, you're not anti-marketing, right?
No, I'm anti-bad marketing.
Okay,
There's just so much of it. So Tech Field Day does this great job of, actually doing, just the technical stuff.
Yeah.
And that is a great starting point to kind of discover what's going on, what's new, what's developing. So then you have kind of like a bookmark to, start your own discovery, read blogs about it, about, technology that interests you. But use that as a kind of starting point, right?
That's great. Okay, so we've got right now the car programmed to 2055.
Oh man.
What's your when we fire up, when we go 88 miles an hour, what are we going to see in 2055?
Hopefully me not working anymore. So that's one, right? Oh geez, 2055. So probably IT's not gonna exist anymore.
Ooh.
I hope we've reached the point where, all that stuff is just automated.
You think we're going to put ourselves out of a job a little bit, or
Yes.
find the next job?
Well, yes, find
Yeah.
the next job, right? So I'd love to, I don't know, open maybe a small bar in Italy somewhere in the
Nice.
Alps.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That sounds like a good job, right?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Joep.
You too. Thank you.
And if you're ready to make your tech confession, join us at techconfessionstheshow.com.